Andrew, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
You bet. What's up?
Okay. So I work in law enforcement, and in my organization, we have a quasi-military command structure, and we adhere to a really strict chain of command. In my current position, I'm a frontline employee, I guess you would call it, and because I'm trying to follow the proximity principle, I took a role that really gives me a lot of exposure to our executive level leadership, the CEO or commander, more specifically. And typically in our organization, frontline employees don't get a lot of exposure to the executive level leadership. So in my current role, I do have a lot of interaction with them, and often during these times, there's a lot of second level and third level supervisors also there. So my question is, how would you recommend I take advantage of these opportunities to build rapport with executive leadership without coming off as like I'm trying to fight for face time with those lower level supervisors, and not to come off as like a suck up?
Oh, I love this. We're working on some content right now on this idea of, are you the office butt kisser, right? You know, it's just horrible. This is horrible for your brand. So this is,
right.
I'm developing some content on this right now. It's really fun because this is a real thing. And some people never grow out of it in high school. You know what I mean? They're that brown noser's another term, you know, that kind of thing.
Sure.
I think it's pretty simple. You know, I think I talked about this early in the show today, interestingly enough, that the way to make connections is to connect. Now, some of you are going, wow, Ken, how'd you get a show when you deliver advice like that? But let me break that down a little deeper. I got to connect. And connecting is finding commonality. That's what when I say I connect with this person, what that means is we have some commonality. Could be our values, could be our stage of life, could be our interests. This is the idea. And so when I am talking to somebody, even a complete stranger that I've met in 5 minutes, if we start finding commonality, we talk about it, what do we say? We go, oh, yeah, we kind of connected there, right? So you want to connect with your leaders in these moments. This is asking the right kind of question, okay? So let's actually play this out very quickly. I want you to think of a leader that you've been around recently, and do you know anything about them at all? You know any kind of personal thing about them or some professional background? Can you think of anything real quick?
Well, one commonality that I had, because I did interact with our CEO pretty recently, and which begged this question, and I found myself in a very one-on-one scenario, but I know that we both have strong fitness backgrounds.
Okay,
so that's kind of where I tried to connect with him on.
All right, so when you say you tried, what'd you say? What'd you ask?
So we both do CrossFit, and it's kind of a niche thing. So he just recently started, so I started asking, like, hey, so how do you like CrossFit so far? I actually coach it, and he knows that. So just kind of building on that conversation, and I just felt like it was a little bit vanilla. So I was kind of like, oh,
what was vanilla? His response?
Deeper?
Was he?
No, we had a good conversation. I just thought maybe I could have had a more meaningful.
Okay, so here's what you need to be asking in that, right? So you go, hey, I hear you're in CrossFit. You probably said something like that, or hey, I'm in coaching. Yeah. So we need to go is what's been the hardest part about it so far, right? What's the part of it you hate? You struggling in an area, you like it? Like, get specific. See, that's not a vanilla question. So if we ask a vanilla question like, so are you enjoying CrossFit? What's the answer to that? Well, it could be, yeah, man, I'm enjoying it. Okay, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like, hey, so what's the part that's just you absolutely hate and you're struggling the most? I'm really curious because I'm a coach. Now we've got something very specific. It's asking the question 3 or 4 levels deeper than what your first question is. That's the exercise, and that yields conversation and connection.